Oh yeah, that time of year, who's getting ready? So this is a time where we kind of reflect on December on the whole year of 2016 and look forward to what's ahead in 2017. So I have found something to help create your goals in a simple process, because I think coming up with a New Year's resolution is an incredibly daunting experience. So it's a 3-step process that has helped me that I want to share with you guys. So every year we make these resolutions in hopes to better ourselves or our lives. But reality is only 45% of people even make resolutions, and only 8% keep them. Only 8%. By January 15th, most people have just given up on their goals. And there's a reason for that. And the reason is most people's goals are too vague. Like, I want to lose weight. Or there's no time frame. Or they're not emotionally ready to make that change. Or it gets too hard and we lack the discipline. Or we don't even know what we want. Or we try to do too much and then it becomes overwhelming. Those are the main reasons why 92% of people quit on their goals. So a great place to start is reflecting. What was your goal last year in 2016? Do you even know what your goal was? Did you even make one? So try to reminisce on what you've accomplished so far, because it comes down to 3 things when creating goals. One is gaining clarity. What around your priorities? What is it you want to focus on? The second thing is forming habits and sticking with it until it happens, because everything is a habit. And the third one is the desire to make the change. It really has to come from within. And it's not really so much about making a resolution, more of an intention. And then it becomes a lifestyle. And that's when people accomplish big things. So I kind of relate it to like a boat, 2 boats. So you have a cruise boat number 1, cruise boat number 2. Number 1 has the captain, the crew. Everybody's ready to go on that boat. There's a GPS. They have a plan for point A to point B. Okay? That cruise is going to get where it needs to go. The second cruise boat has no captain, no crew, no GPS. It just starts sailing. Well, the pirates will probably get that boat, okay? So which boat do you want to be on? That's the same exact thing. That's the difference of people with goals and without goals. You need to know where you're going. So if I were to ask you now, so there's a bunch of people on right now, what is the most important thing that you want to change in your life? You can start typing. Most people would be like, I don't know, or they would just be like, I don't know, health. Like, a lot of people don't know what they even want to focus on, and it's very overwhelming. So this is something that's really helped me. So it's an activity. Facebook Live is all mirror image. I had to write this backwards. Do you guys know how hard it is to make a backwards S? So this is something that has helped me. These topics are the most important things to most people. Thanks, Beth. Like my haircut? So what you need to do is make this pyramid with these words in them. And then on the 2016 side, rate yourself from 0 to 10. So if you thought your health was a 5 in 2016, put a 5. Like whatever you thought it was, 10 being the best. And be very honest with yourself. There's no point in doing this activity if you're not honest with yourself. Then in the 2017 side, put where you want to be. Same thing, 0 through 10. So after that, you create this difference column. Do the math, not that hard, except making a backwards 4, because that's clearly hard. You need to figure out what the biggest difference is, and that's how you find out what you should focus on. So if this one, for example, is career, and then the second one is health, you can't focus on all of them at once. It's impossible. You'll get overwhelmed. You need to accept that we're all perfectly imperfect. So once you pinpoint what it is that you want to focus on, then you got to kind of dig deep. And these questions I found, if somebody wants to type them, that would be super helpful. They're from Tony Robbins, will really help you dig deep. So if mine was career, these are the questions that you need to ask yourself after. And this is for people who are serious about making their goals. So the first question is, what do I really want in that area? So if career is number 1, well, what do you want? Do you want more time? Do you want more money? Do you want both? What is it you want? You have to figure that out. So number 2, why is it important? This is so often missed. Sometimes you want something, but you have no clue why you want it. And if you miss the why, you miss the motivation, the inspiration. That's the stuff that comes from within. So you have to know why you want that goal. The third thing is, how will I get it? So who do you need to speak to? Who's already done it? Who do you need to learn from? You know, whose lifestyle do you want? If you want someone's, pick up the phone and ask them. We are so afraid to just ask people. And the most successful people in the world are not afraid to pick up the phone and ask how you've done something. The fourth thing, what is preventing it? So you probably wrote the same goal down last year, and here we are, just another year has gone by, and maybe you haven't made a lot of progress. So what is preventing you? And that's where you gotta reflect and have that self-awareness and really like be honest with yourself and figure out what's blocking you from getting what you want. And then the fifth question, how will I know it worked? So how do you measure it? Everything has to be measured. But the trick here is do not measure so much the outcome. Like if you're trying to lose weight, don't measure it based on if I lost that 20 pounds. You want to measure the behavior. You want to measure the progress in the journey. And because you're going to pivot a lot, so that's what you want to measure. How are your pants starting to feel? That's the key, okay? So remember, it's not so much about hitting a goal when you make resolutions. It's rather more creating a lifestyle that you're working towards one step at a time. So it's important to believe you can do it. And so many people abandon their goals, at 92% of people, because they just think it gets hard. There's bumps in the roads and ooh, God forbid it gets hard. You know, I think a lot of us wish things were easier. You just gotta wish you were a little bit better. And I encourage you, do not quit when it gets hard, because that right there, those are the best teaching moments and you're probably missing them. So set expectations that it will get hard and there will be bumps in the road. And if it is losing weight, you're gonna have days where you don't wanna go to the gym or your workout sucks. That's okay. Instead of focusing so much negative energy on that, just use that energy to pick up again the next day. Because honestly, I'm sure you've seen this diagram. This is what people think success looks like. This is the journey to success. It's an SHIT show. Yeah, it sure is. Okay? So you have to have those expectations so you don't feel let down. All right, third thing is creating habits. Everything in life happens from happiness is creating habits. It's really a state of mind, and there's 3 R's that will help you with this habit formation. The first one is routine. The first one's reminder. The second one's routine, and the third one's reward. So you wanna go lose that weight because that's such a big one and you're really detailed on it. Put your gym shoes by your bed so you literally trip on them when you get out, because that's like, oh yeah, I should go to the gym. The second one is routine. Instead of saying I'm just gonna start going to the gym, no, I'm gonna go to yoga, Pilates, and bar. Like, know what you're gonna do and set up that routine. And then the third thing is reward. And that's where you have to reward the behavior of you going and not so much the final result. It's always important to cheer yourself on. So final tips, and then I'm out of here so you guys can go start making your goals. Is get around your herd. Find your people who have the same goals. If you know, hold yourself accountable. And if you want to keep your goal, you better tell people. Tell people, hold yourself accountable. Tell the world, tell Facebook, whatever you want, whatever your thing is. Tell somebody who you would hate to lose a bet to, because then you won't do it. You'll do whatever it takes so you don't have to lose to somebody. Or tell someone you don't want to let down. So after that, your mind has to be in the right place. You know, instead of, oh, I don't want to make these goals because if 92% of people fail, well, what if I fail? No. What if you succeed and kill it, okay? You have to give yourself the opportunity to succeed. And know that creating habits usually take 3 months. So you need that patience. Most people think 30 days. It's a little bit longer. So no one ever achieved their goal with the January resolution that ended in February. No, if it was easy, more than 8% of people would do it. But really, do you want to be part of the 92%? I sure as hell don't. So focus, hustle, go all in. It takes a great amount of discipline to make your resolution a lifestyle. And a resolution is so much easier to break than keep. So cheers to 2017. I hope it's a joyful one for the world. And I hope it's a year that we all get one step closer to being where we want to be. And wishing you all a happy and safe New Year's Eve tomorrow night.